This is Almost 107, a Fanshawe College journalism student podcast. Get real.
Do it, don't be afraid, because life is short. And you have to do the things that you feel happy, that you feel, in your heart.
The name of the song is Aires del Mayab. Okay, here we go. Muchacha.
I think as an artist, you have to know two things. You want to be an artist because you want the fame or the money, or do you want an artist because you want to express yourself?
Can you see that? Is there anything more fascinating than art and culture for human beings, especially when dealing with some struggles or maybe enjoying the life? Hi, I'm Roger Farias, and on the Almost 107 episode, we'll discover the importance of the art and what is the meaning of the art here in London, Ontario, Canada, the Forest City. There is a non-profit organization named Simple Reflections for Artists that help people to showcase their talent in museums, events, and exhibitions. The Art and Culture Showcase is happening today at Museum London, and I'll have the opportunity to interview some of the artists here at this event, and they will be here at this desk. Let's begin. With us is Diego Tamayo. Diego, thank you for accepting our invitation.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you again. And could you please tell us what is your talent and why you do what you do?
Well, my expertise, or because I don't think that it's a little bit talent, but it's more expertise because it's about training. I'm paint, digital paint. Well, I'm an artist. I'm paint, but I am multitask artist because I'm paint, I do videos, I'm editing photography. Okay. But right now, I'm in the London Museum with a painting.
Okay, cool. And I have had the opportunity to see one of your paintings, and because I love cats, I have to say that I have two female cats with my partner at home, and I love the art why you do that. Tell us about what is the technique and how long ago are you doing this?
Well, I studied at the university graphic design, video cinematographer, and this 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago, I started painting and doing photography. But 10 years ago, I decided quick because I was living in the States, and I was a big executive in Telemundo, in Univision.
Okay.
And I was a vice president of the creative department. And I decided quick and left everything.
Okay.
And start taking photos and painting.
Awesome.
And the cats start 2 years ago when I arrived here. We have two cats in the house too.
Okay.
And they inspire me because cats, cats are special. Cats are they heal people with the energy. They transport the dense energy in a beautiful energy, in a good energy. For this reason, I decided to start doing cats because I believe in energy, in a good energy, in a good vibration.
Awesome. And could you please give a piece of advice for those who are thinking about maybe doing art, especially maybe paintings or something on digital, because I think it's your specialty. Maybe if it's important for people just be talented, or is something beyond that? For example, it's about passion, money, to build networking or something like that.
Well, you're right. You need passion. But I always say we don't need talent. We need training. As soon as I start painting, I start at the university and I start with oil, with acrylic, but I decided to move it to digital in order to print the pieces that I paint. It's easier to do digitally, and digitally right now it's it's new, it's good, it's amazing. But my advice to people that want to do something like that, or art or music or art, is let's do it. Do it. Don't be afraid, because life is short, and you have to do the things that you feel happy, that you feel, in your heart. Everybody has talent. Everybody has a talent, different talents, but you have to then do the step and go far. I quit, like I told you, I quit from everything because I decided to do my dream, because life is short. And this is my advice is, don't be afraid. Let's do it. The world is waiting for you.
Okay, and let me ask you the last short question. Is just because some parents or some people say the children sometimes, like, maybe it's not possible to make money with art, or maybe study a technique program or something like that. Do you think it is 100% true, or what it's the most important thing to keep in mind?
I think that it's if you want to do something, you practice, you training. I paint every single day, 8 hours per day. And this is my exercise, and I improving. I not as good as I feel today. Well, I don't compare with anybody, because I know artists, amazing, good artists with good talent. I don't compare with anybody, but I do my job every single day, and it's not difficult. The difficulty is in your mind. Because you say, "Oh my God, maybe you can earn money with painting or with music," but it's not true. I work in the media business, and I know musicians, artists can earn a lot of money. But besides the money, is the happiness to do the things that you feel good.
Okay.
It's don't be afraid. Do whatever you want. Life is short.
Okay. Thank you so much again, Diego. And all the things that I've been talking about today are important for you to keep in mind, that art, it is something special, and like practice, as you said, like many hours a day. Just maybe if you're passionate, go for that. Thank you so much again.
No, thanks to you.
Our next guest is Melany Castro. She was born here in London, Ontario, Canada, the forest city, as you know. But her parents are from Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah. So today, could you please, first of all, describe for us this beautiful...
Yes. So basically, my dress is from Chiapas, which is a state in Mexico, and it's specifically like handmade. Because it's the hot weather, and it's specifically for dancing. But the dance is specifically women only wear this dress.
Awesome. And what do you have here on?
This is from my first act, which is from Mérida, Yucatan.
Cool.
And it's like a more like tighter dress. It's white. It still has flowers, and it's handmade as well.
Cool. Awesome. I love it, because at the exact moment when I saw her, and I said, "Oh, I want to interview her as well." And I saw you were singing a few minutes ago. Could you please give us a little bit about that? What is the name of the song, and can you sing for us?
Okay,
today?
so the name of the song is Aires del Mayab. Okay, here we go. So, muchacha bonita.
Okay. Cool.
Zapato de raso bordado de seda, te voy a comprar.
Awesome. Can you do that at home right now? That voice, of course, it's amazing. Thank you so much, and congratulations. You have a wonderful voice. And could you please tell us right now, what is the importance for you? What does art mean to you, and importance of, because you were born here, but you have a background in Mexico?
Yes. So honestly, I feel like it's this community is growing, And I really like seeing other artists also performing, singing, but like from their own countries or from their own styles, whatever it is. But here in London, because it's so small, it's rare to see this. And I just love it. I love seeing all these different kind of performances, different artists. And for me, while performing, we started a small group, but we've been asked to perform different churches, different places. So honestly, art means a lot of expression from wherever you're from. To be able to express it to a world that doesn't know anything is amazing.
Cool. And finally, what do you do right now? Maybe if you have a balance between maybe be part of this art community, or maybe you're studying on what it's like your passion for dancing, for singing, or art.
I've always had an artistic childhood, and I've always wanted to grow into it. And I finally get the chance to, now that I've been invited to be part of this group. And, I grew up with my dad, who's also an artist, Edgar Castro. And it was very inspiring. It's very inspiring.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And something that you can add for people who are watching this video right now about art, about expression, about maybe because art is a synonym of when people are maybe dealing with some things, and maybe when you are watching some people dancing, or maybe when you are in front of a painting, it's like maybe it allow you to be part of or maybe another kind of situation more than maybe some problems or something like that?
Honestly, for any growing artist, I want to be supportive and tell them to not be afraid, to please come forward, show your art, show what you want, because this could be your only chance, your only open door. And I'm not saying it's the last, but I'm saying it's a really important time, and you should always start now, as soon as possible.
Sure. Thank you, Melany, again for the interview today.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave, for being here with us in Almost 107 Fanshawe College. Could you please tell the audience what is the instrument you play and why you do what you do? Maybe some little things about if you were thinking about doing a musician since you were a kid?
Okay, sure. When I started playing, I played a normal 6-string guitar. I had it's from Montgomery Ward's. In fact, I remember going to the place and buying it. They come in big triangular boxes, and there was a stack of them, which seemed to go to the ceiling because I was quite small. Yeah. And I got one of those, and it was $9.99, or maybe 95 cents. But that's American, but still, 95 cents. And that was way back in the day. It was impossible to play, so we had it swapped out for nylon strings instead of steel strings, which made it from almost unplayable to just sounding really bad. But I persisted. Eventually, another guitar migrated its way into the house that I wasn't really allowed to touch because it wasn't mine. But since I kept trying to touch it, of course, my folks went out and got me a real instrument. So I've been doing that, playing since then. That original guitar that my folks got for me, that second one, I was given to my sister, who her husband years ago made off with it, and we haven't seen it since. But I've got plenty of guitars. The guitar I'm playing now is a harp guitar.
Yeah,
I can show it to you actually if you.
Yeah, I can.
Want to see it? Because it has a visual appeal and not just auditory. But it's like having a combination of a guitar and a bass.
I had the opportunity to look at you a few minutes ago, and it's amazing. And it's the first time that I see one of those guitars. It is awesome.
Oh, now it's back. There we go.
Yeah.
So that's the.
Can you see that?
It's big. The main thing when this was developed, the big thing was trying to get volume. because people were playing with a lot of horns. Banjos, especially, were becoming very popular, and they're very loud. And guitars are loud when you don't plug them into a degree, but not like that kind of volume. And so people were looking for some sort of other way, because there was no. First, when they were developed, there wasn't electricity. Then, after there wasn't really amplification for these things.
Yeah.
So, at about the same, it was thought that this extra hollow arm, which also serves as a neck for strings, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Give this extra vibrating surface, would produce some more volume, and it does produce some, but mostly what it produces is a whole lot of wonderful, rich resonance. Kind of like what happens with a sitar. In fact, you play a note and a bunch of the strings start vibrating. It's very rich, very, very full, which is really pretty neat.
And what piece of advice could you give some musicians, some new talents, thinking about maybe be part of a community that express art, or maybe to be involved in here in London, because this is a cultural city? What piece of advice maybe for a citizen or a newcomer?
Go on to I was going to say, open up the newspaper. There's so few of those. Get online, go to the various Facebook groups, whatever, and find out where they have open mics. Find out where the various galleries are and go see them. Go see who's displaying stuff. Find their URLs. Get in touch with them. Say what's going on. Introduce yourself.
Okay. Thank you, Dave, for being with us. Thank you for accepting our invitation, and have a great day.
Hey, you too.
Thank you so much. Now we have Harley Salamanca. He's from Colombia. Thank you for accepting our invitation, Harley.
Thank you for having me.
And the first question for you is, or more than a question, is could you please explain us what is your art about and why you do that kinds of art?
Great.
You paint.
Yes. So I'm a visual artist, but I work with many things. Sound design is mainly with painting. With the painting, I use a geometric kind of style, but I like to provide different perspective to situations. So I work with different perspectives and lights and kind of surreal landscapes as well.
Okay, and why landscapes and not another kinds of paintings? What do you see on that?
Yeah, well, I work surreal landscapes, so I try to create my own versions of worlds that are made with the layers of dry acrylic paint. So I try to combine them and do collage and create my own landscape. I have different styles. So that's one of my styles, but I also have another style that is just purely geometric, and I just use a hard edge style to create these geometric patterns.
Okay, and how long ago have you been doing this, or maybe when you were a kid, or?
So when I was a kid, I wasn't interested in the art at all. Like I will skip the art class, to be honest, to go play soccer. No, I became interested in art when I came here to Canada. So about 20 years ago, but maybe interested about 18 years ago. The interest for art and the passion for art started here.
Sure. And finally, do you think, or do you consider that art is enough, or maybe when a person is so passionate about maybe doing some paintings, or maybe when a person is like talented about music and maybe for a living, or for maybe do some things like maybe to make some money, or maybe what is the essence or the main thing or the purpose from an artist? Or maybe because you work for a bank, right?
Yeah, that's right. So I think correct. Like I think as an artist, you have to know two things. Do you want to be an artist because you want the fame or the money, or do you want an artist because you want to express yourself and then you want to just create? So if you just want to create and express yourself, so be mindful that you might have some challenges if you just want to make money or something like that, right? So I think it's a fine line, and you have to know if you want to create or look for the fame and the money. I think you can balance both, but mainly I will advise people, follow your passion first. What interests you first, because it's gonna dictate what you provide in terms of art. And then if the market likes it, then that's great. But at least you have to be consistent on something that you like, on your interest, and being disciplined on your craft, either music, art, whatever it is. You have to be consistent.
Good. And something that you can add or something about art itself for the audience today?
Yeah. Sure. I think one of the things that I'm looking into is to provide people the information as to how art, creativity and expression goes into or can go into different fields, not just painting, but when you sing, you also release stress, vibrations, all these things. When you exercise, when you do many other things, you are also practicing the release of stress or emotion. So the same way when you do with painting, it's just sometimes we're not used to the visual stimulus, but I think we can get used to the expression and then work on that expression, and I think it can help people to liberate some feelings.
Awesome. I agree with you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Again.
Thank you for having me again. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I hope you learned a lot about art, music, and all regarding to talent. This is Roger Farias for Almost 107 at Fanshawe College. See you next time. Bye-bye.